until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it. M. Scott Peck. Do Zone Tribe, Josh Thomas. If you haven't already, check out the dozone.com for productivity tips, accountability, and overall just a great bunch of human beings looking to get more stuff done. Once again, that's the dozone.com. Today's guest, I think you're really going to love this guy. This is Joe Guerra, one of my close personal friends. And I was first introduced to him a few months back at a mastermind event. And I'm like, who is this guy in the corner who is just laughing and loving life? I mean, like, I'm sitting there looking at him. He's like chowing down on some chicken wings and they're flying all over the place. And he's laughing and like loving life. And then I get in and I start to hear his story and I hear where he came from and I hear where he went and I hear where he is now. And it's just one of the most inspirational stories that I've ever seen or heard. And I don't want to ruin it. I want to let him tell that story. Joe, say hello to the Do Zone tribe and tell me something you believe is the key to getting stuff done that most people wouldn't think of.
Man, good question, man. Like, for me, like, the key to get stuff done for me, honestly, bro, is to just stop thinking about it and just take action. Like, and what I mean by that, bro, because I've been sitting there in the bed before and just be thinking and thinking, knowing what I got to do, knowing what needs to get done. And honestly, man, I used to think that I had to fill myself into taking action. And I've learned you got to take action. And by taking that action, you're putting feeling, like you're changing your feeling. Like, does that make sense? Like, you're, instead of being like, oh, I want to get, wait till I get motivated to do something, taking that action is putting yourself into that motivational vibe. And so, like, that's where I've learned, like, notice when I finally do stuff, it's like, then I'm just go. And it's like, all of a sudden I look out like, dang, I just dig this damn ditch set, like a big old hole, got some stuff done. And like, what happened with it? It's because I just took that action. And sometimes, we get caught up in the mix, like, where, for me, it's like, I'll get to overthinking because, yeah, I'll do action, then I'll peak. And then when I finally look up, then I started overthinking because now, like, instead of just enjoying it, I'm all like, oh shit, now I got to do this. Now I got to do this. Oh man, what if they don't think this? What if this? And then I got to go shut up and just do what you can do right
just
now.
Go and do the thing. Just go and do the thing.
Yes, go and do the thing. Like, that's it. and sometimes I got to knock myself in the head because it's like, what are you doing waiting for? Like, nobody's going to come help you. Just fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's the truth. And like you said, like, in my past, I've been incarcerated and I did like some real hard time. Like, I was in a federal, like, max, like the penitentiary. They call it the USP. There's like the camp, the low, the medium, the USP, and then there's ADX, and that's where like Jeffrey Dahmer goes and shit. You know what I mean? And dude, I did 5 years at the USP, and man, even there, my kids still need to eat. My family still got to pay bills, and I'm like, I can't just sit there and like wait for fucking 7 years to go by that they give me until, when I come back, then it was like, dude, I got to do something right now, and like that's where the taking action, even if it was just reading a book, like that was taking action. Writing something, a goal down, that was taking action. I remember like sitting there and writing my logo, my first company. It was One Local Multimedia, and I just wrote the shit down. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna write this down, but I can write this down right now. And then by that, it literally, that action made me take another action to where it led me to like, now I'm taking a class about business, and then I'm all in prison. Man, I'm over here, hustling in there and stuff. So it's just going, because now I'm learning something when I'm reading, and then that makes me want to go do something else, and it makes something do else. And just by taking that one action, like just first, it's the catalyst of like something great. You just got to go.
And words of wisdom. So you're sitting there in prison, and most people around you are probably standing still, and they're not doing anything because they're like, well, I'll just wait. I'll wait till I get out. I'll wait till I'm ready. I'll wait till the right time. And you're saying like, hey man, there ain't no right time. You got to get moving now, because if you get moving now, then that's going to keep you moving to the next thing and the next thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, dude. Basically that, man. And even if it's you sitting there and just imagining what yourself wants to be, like even that's taking action.
Yeah.
Like that right there, like that's what a lot of people miss. Because when I'm not taking action and I'm trying to think, it's when I'm just thinking of all the bullshit, all the past, all the future, where it's just like there's no, like that brings anxiety. You think of the past, it makes you depressed. And like that's why you got to be in the moment now and just like, all right, at least right now, I'm gonna think of myself being the highest self of who I am right now, because that's way better than me at least trying to think, how am I gonna do this when I get out, or oh man, I should have never did this in the past, because then that's what got me here.
It's funny you bring that up. I was sitting down with my good friend Abe Chamali yesterday, and he shared a quote with me that his therapist gave him. He was going through a divorce and things were pretty bad. And he was thinking back like on all the bad decisions that he had made, like, man, why did I do that? That's what got me here. And now he's thinking, oh man, my life's going to be ruined moving forward. And, I don't know how to deal with this outside of my marriage and all this stuff. And his therapist said to him, basically what you just said, but more succinctly, he said, listen, if you've got one foot in the past and you've got one foot in the future and you're worried about those things, you are literally shitting on the present.
For real, dude.
And that's what you just said, because if I can't be worried about what's gonna happen, and I can't be worried about what I just did. I got to worry about what's in front of me right now, because my kids got to eat.
Yeah. And that's what it comes down to, bro. And then that's the challenge, because once you get that, then you level up, then you get content, and then it's like you start all over, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm starting to think like, all the things that I have is who I am now. And then I just get back to like going back to that past, to that future, instead of staying in the present. That's the funny part. And it's just always leveling up. I just see like a stock tick, this, you know what I mean? No matter if it goes down, it's still going up, it's just going. And
so talk to me a little bit about, you don't have to dig into, too many details of your past, but, going to, maximum security prison and, kind of, first of all, getting there, like not everybody ends up in prison. You got to make some very strategic decisions to have that be part of your life. And so maybe talk to me a little bit about, how do you end up there? How do you navigate through it? And how do you get yourself, like, that is probably the biggest disadvantage that anybody can have in this modern society is that track record of the past, because you're going to have to overcome that almost everywhere you go. So maybe talk to us a little bit about like what happened, man.
Like, well, for me, it was like one, like just going through everything I've been through. Like I've always found out in the end, it's always just been God. Like literally, when it got down to the shit, I'm like, oh fuck, get on my knees, done. What's up? I'm sorry. What's up? I don't know what to do no more. What do you want me to do? And then literally, like that law of attraction kicks in. The right people start talking to you. You end up being in the right cell with the right person. That's when you're starting in one part of your time, and then you're like at another part where it's about to kick off, because you had that conversation with that guy, they have another other guy, and then there's a peaceful thing. Like that right there is one, right? And like for me, how I got there, my case was a big conspiracy for meth, right? And I went in at 26. Dude, I thought I fucking knew it all, man. Like, oh, I've done all this, I've done this. And bro, that shit humbled the fuck out of me, because what it did though, I remember it was November before I got busted, I got busted on January, right? And And I remember sitting there in a room and you know, a bunch of people that I was, you know, doing business with, so-called homies and shit. And and I had it like made, literally what I was just saying. And I was all like, God, I'm not gonna fucking change because you know what, this is too easy. But like I want to change. So you gotta give me some crazy shit for me to change. You know what? Literally, that was November, January, I get busted. September, I went to prison. 7 years.
And so,
I got you, dude.
yeah,
I got you.
yeah, right. He came through for you on that. So it sounds like, and there's a lot of lessons to learn from that because a lot of us get stuck. We're complacent. Now you were doing something that you didn't necessarily enjoy or want to do, but it was creating the lifestyle you wanted. It was good money, even though it was highly illegal and very dangerous. And you weren't dealing with like the best people in the world, but it was hard to walk away from because the money and the power and the status was addictive and you wanted to change, but it was just, man, sometimes we just can't. And the only way that we can is when somebody comes and pops you on the nose. And it sounds like what happened.
And that's exactly what happened, man. And like, it's the best thing that ever happened to me because that's exactly what I asked for. It's what I prayed for. And now where I'm at, dude, it's a whole game changer. Sometimes I gotta like, all right, God, if you really putting this inside me, like to really go for this, but we have, you know, this vision of doing, you know, for you know, to help, to bring value, like to change the world type stuff. And that right there is like, it's like, yeah, because look what he put me through to do this.
Yeah.
Because all those times where it was literally just me in a box 24/7, there's nobody around me. You're gonna hear God's voice finally, especially which was so funny when I got into a knife fight and ended up getting stuck like 6 times, twice back here, and then like the 2, 4, and then I got one in the ear.
So for those of you that can't see, Joe got it was in your back and your upper and lower back,
shoulder, and then mid back. They were just like flesh wounds, nothing like, you know, nothing that went deep. It was just the one that went in the freaking ear, though. That was what was wild because apparently it went perfectly in the ear and then just barely tapped the eardrum and then like hit it. The point of it hit it, and then the guy he pulled back because he seen the blood and he got scared. I could see it in his face, and I was all on adrenaline. I just pushed him off because I'm the one that started the damn fight. And that was what was wild.
Yeah.
And it was so like I'm sitting here where my ear is just literally, that's why I probably talk loud as fuck, but that's why I'm sitting here. This loud ass noise is just in my ear because I guess it's just, you know, the eardrum is it's just making this loud noise. And I'm just like, like going nuts, bro. And then finally, like, it was literally like, I just finally looked to God, bro. I seen this fucking Bible right there. And I'm like, man, I just opened this bitch up. Like, what do you want me to do, dog? Because shit, I tried to myself again. And I said again. Notice how I said that? Again. And look at I tried it my way again, bro. I think I'm helping you, but no. Now what? And then literally from that point on, from doing my time, that's what like kick started to like, I'm tired of acting like anything now. I'm just gonna be who I want to be. And I was really into reading like philosophy books. I didn't give a shit about really nothing what was going on the yard. I was just ready to just do my time, get my money, and then that's it. And then when it got that, I didn't even care. I didn't even care about the money anymore because I was like, dude, I'm just gonna just focus on how to fix my mindset. So when I get in this world, I'm gonna at least know how to move on because I'm done going to selling dope and shit.
Yeah.
Like, screw that. That's it. That's done with. I'm seeing this revolving door. What are you in here? No. What are you in here? No. What are you in here? No. Hey, everybody here we go too. Fuck. Ain't nobody get away with this shit. Let's go.
Right? Yeah, it's probably time for a new career move. And so I remember we were sitting and talking one time, and you told me, you learned a lot about entrepreneurship in prison, and one of your biggest role models is you actually had a mentor in prison. Tell me about him and what kind of influence and impact did he have on what was the big lesson that he was able to teach you?
Man, I had two mentors there, and it was wild because the first one was when I literally first got to the compound, and then I lived with him for 2 years straight, and then the second one was the last 2 years of my time. I lived with him for 2 years straight, and both of these guys were, well, there are some boss level people, man. We're talking like John Gotti type. You can look them up and stuff, and you'll see all their stuff. It's public record, you know what I mean? And the first one, man, he really was one of those guys that he put that damn mirror in my face. Like I'm talking about, he would be like, no, motherfucker, it's not because of this, it's not because of that, it's because what the fuck is in front of you? It's you, motherfucker. Like, that's why you're fucked up. You know, it's not because you're doing this, whatever, because you're a piece of shit. You need to fucking realize that stuff. And I was all like, what the heck? And for me, on that end, as far as like, for the entrepreneurship, there's a moment, man, we had scored on some stuff, right? You know, had got some contraband in, you know, and it was a nice, pretty lick, you know, for in their standards in there, you know. And I remember this guy, like, he goes, see, motherfucker, nobody can stop me, man. He goes, nobody can stop me. They can put me in here. I'm still gonna make moves, so there's no fucking excuse, dude. He goes, and I'm like, damn, like, this dude's for real, because like, look what he just got. Like, literally, we were just like talking about it. How are we gonna get it in? Oh, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. All right, where are we gonna get it from? How are we gonna do that, this and this? And then literally now it's right here in our freaking hands that there's a wall around us, bro. Mm. And I was all like, what the heck? And then and then what took it into more for me was there was a little guy that, like, little Mexican dude, man, little lifer, man, a little paisa, right? And this dude, he liked to cook and he liked to like sew. And when it came to like, as far as that entrepreneur, man, this dude literally showed me that he took trash, like nacho chip bags, will cut them up and wove them together and make lowrider trucks and sell them for $150 to $500. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, man, there's no excuse in this place not to make money. Like, there's like so many ways just in there, and they coming out here, dude. It's like, all right, bro, why are you broke? Because there's a lot of ways to make money right now, dude. Mm. It's just like pick your poison. What do you want to fuck with? You know what I'm saying? And just run with it.
Awesome. And so I've heard it said many times that prison just teaches you how to be a better criminal, but in this case, it sounds like it taught you how to be a better business person.
Yeah, dude. It did, man, because like in there, bro, all you have is your word and your balls, like straight up. It's your word in there. Yeah. And where I was at, dude, you was getting your ass stabbed and killed if you were going against that word. Hmm. And so like that's real shit on like life on the line. So I'm like, when I'm telling you I'm gonna come through for you, I'm coming through for you.
Right.
Regardless of what the hell happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's what makes me move now. Like, all right, this is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. And yes, there's gonna be this percentage that some shit's gonna fuck off. But I wanna let you know that too.
Yeah.
There's no surprises.
So in a way, prison taught you how to maintain your word and have integrity.
Yeah, bro. Dude, that's what I learned about the word integrity. I never knew what the hell integrity meant back then. I had put myself in this in the restrooms where like it was like open for everybody in the dorm to use. So it was one of the sinks that I used, and I left some blood in it, and that's a big no-no, bro. You got to clean that shit off. They got, you know, chemicals to use, but if you do bleed, clean your shit. And this guy like seemed to sing like, who the fuck left this blood? Oh man, you already know what time. Like, they took that shit serious, you know, because there's AIDS and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So fucking, I look up and I'm like, oh man, that's me, bro. I was using that. My bad, dude. And he looked at me, he's like, bro, you got some integrity. I was like, what the fuck is that? He goes, yeah, bro, you just literally just said that was you. I'm like, well, yeah, it was me. I'm gonna clean it. Like, my bad. I was like, fuck, players fuck up too. And he just started laughing, dude. And I literally went to go look up, what the fuck's integrity mean? I was like, no shit, yeah. And that's one of our core values, like for myself and for my business, you know?
That's a great way to learn integrity, by forgetting to clean blood out of the sink in prison.
That's funny.
That's awful. You said it, man. And
Yeah,
so,
that's how.
and so you learned all of these amazing life lessons. And I have to tell you, most people who end up in that situation in their life are going to look at this as, obviously it's punishment, and obviously it can be degrading on you as a human, and it can really destroy people. Like me personally, I've never been to prison, but I'm trying to think, if I were to go to prison, I don't know if I would be capable of having the strength that you had and showed, and just saying, hey man, I'm going to figure this out, because I would be just completely
Uh,
devastated, and I would
you'll
go the
figure
other
it
way.
out.
I mean,
You'll figure it out.
you think?
We all got it inside us, bro. That's the thing. Because I seen all shapes and sizes in there, and everybody figured it out, and everybody was rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they had their shit, they had their vices, they had their demons, but like everybody was doing time, and it didn't matter how tall you were, what your background was. When you're in there, bro, that's it. It's who you are. That's it. Doesn't matter what all the stuff and this and that. So long as you're carrying yourself who you are all the time, like, right? Good. What do you got? What do you got to worry? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, man, as you get released, you have all of this new insights, new perspective. You've learned a lot about the world by being on the inside. What do you do from there? How do you take that and apply it and turn it into this life that you've created?
And that right there is kind of like, I mean, I guess it's maybe the motivation, because like anytime I try to feel sorry for myself, and like, cause I'm fucking up, or because, things could be better type things, you know what I mean? And I really look at like, dude, this is my worst time now is like literally could beat the best time back when I was doing time. You know what I mean? I had some good times there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the times when my family got to see me, and they all visit, and I finally get to hug my youngest daughter, dude. It was like 18 months before I got to like actually like see her and hold her and touch her. And she was just born. And so I was like, hey, so like that's where I was like, dude, God really like he's like, all right, you want to change? Here you go, dude. I already know where to hit you. And so I'm like, boom. And then what's so funny is I look and really look up, like, what have I really lost, dude? I still have everything that like really what I consider makes me. Like my family of choice, like the people around me, like that's what really makes me. And I see that, oh dang, what am I acting like I'm missing stuff?
Yeah, well said, man. Yeah, well said. And so when you get out, what do you do? How do you turn it around? You're free. You can see your family anytime you want. You can do whatever you want with your life outside of, checking in with your parole officer or whatever you had to do. But how do you take all this and turn it into a career as an entrepreneur?
Man, it's constantly feeding the mindset first, because that's where it starts for me. Like just the words in my head, what I'm saying every morning, and like I gotta keep it consistent, because eventually the shit's gonna pop, and I'm finally just gonna take action. You know what I mean? That's what I know by just what I've learned. Like keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it. Yeah, you're going through this. You've already been through way worse. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, you fucked up all yesterday, you didn't do shit. Who cares? You're up today. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's that really, bro. Like I have to like really stay consistent in my head on like, let's go, bro. Like, come on. Like, what are you waiting for? And like where where I'm really like, for me, it's like, wow, dude, like, well, why though? Why is it let's go? You know what I mean? Like, why we gotta let's go? And I start really thinking and stuff, and it goes back from where I see that elite version of myself. It goes to where, I do really trust in God, because, by you seeing that elite version of yourself, God's going to place these opportunities and these things and these trials and tribulations in front of you so that you can go through it and become that. And if you, what is your, for me, it was like, what is your why? And I'm like, dude, I really want to show my children that no matter what the heck you go through, when you make the choice to actually, do something, it's going to get done. And you just got to go with it. And that's my why. And so like, for that, why do I want that? Like, shit, dude, because it hurts me seeing people thinking they're trapped. And it's just in their head. And it's like, well, fuck, man, I got to show these motherfuckers that it's all in your head. If you see me, see you doing some good shit. Because when I see you doing some good shit, I'm seeing me. Because I'm like, oh, dude, look, Josh is doing this. If he can do this, I know I can do it. And all I got to do is ask this motherfucker how to do it. That's even more better. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's where it's like, okay. And
so you need to be the most elite version of yourself so that you can show somebody else that they can do that too. Like we're all born with the same, and unless there's some kind of physical, disability, we're all born with the same capabilities as the next person. We're all born with the same brain, the same arms, the same head. And if you're thinking you can't, well, then you just haven't seen somebody who can. And maybe you haven't seen somebody who can that probably shouldn't have been able to, like yourself. You're coming out of the prison system, and I know a little bit about your background and how you ended up in that career to begin with. The odds were already stacked against you when you were born.
Yeah.
And to see where you are now, and I want to hear more about that in a minute, but to see where you are now, where you've been able to climb, is a testament to what's possible. And what I'm hearing from you is you're doing that so that you can show everybody else, hey man, if I can do this, you can definitely do it. You just got to ask the right questions, and you got to get up and do the work.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit. I want to crack open your skull there, not with a knife,
right?
But virtually. And let's get into our do zone diagnostic. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. So first question, Joe, what is one thing that you do that keeps you focused on your goals?
One thing that I do that keeps me focused. Man, right.
Yeah.
Right. Like really, like I've really like writing my journal. That helps out so much. It like puts everything like brain dumping and
yeah. Just keep it organized. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the follow-up question to that is, how do you get back on track when you lose that focus?
Man, dude, that's an excellent question, because that's exactly what I was asking myself in the shower right now before we came to this meeting. I'm like, how come you haven't written, bro? It's already been like a week. And I guess to answer that is literally that, bro. Like if you're gonna have flashes of the thought, you know what I mean? Because it's, you're supposed to, I'm supposed to write. Like this is the stuff that's gonna come. I already knew I was supposed to write yesterday. I knew I was supposed to write the day before. I just kept ignoring it. And then finally I stopped ignoring it today when I was taking that shower. Like, all right, why aren't you writing, bro? Because you already see just between this week, the difference between that and then when you were consistent the last month writing. And
getting back to the fundamentals.
Yeah, getting back to the fundamentals, getting back to the basics, dude.
Just basically doing the thing that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's it.
So
well, why do we stop? That's what I'm trying.
Why do we stop? That's probably that's a good question, but we probably are going to need the rest of the day and a therapist.
Yeah, I know that's right. I'm just throwing it out
there. So next question, Joe. Who is your support group, and how do they keep you accountable?
Man, dude, my support group is freaking Apex, man. Like, and the way they keep accountable, they just call my bullshit. And I love that they fucking know when I'm bullshitting. That's the part I love. Because they've been through, they know how to bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's the cool part because we all understand that. And it's like, hey, motherfucker, this is what's going on. You need to stop doing this. Literally like that first mentor that would put that mirror in my face. And that's what I love about Apex because we call each other's bullshit out.
Hmm.
And I love it, dude. Like literally everybody that I was with last night literally was just a refresher, a reminder of that. And I was like, wow, dude. And I was like, yes, I gotta lean more into this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's up. That's it, Apex.
Yeah, man. Well said. So next question, kind of a more of a practical thing as you're getting into your career, and where do you draw the line on what you do and what you delegate, for instance?
Oh man, that I've actually just learning to do this, to delegate and then to keep doing what I'm doing. And man, it's a trust factor that you got to have with the person that you're delegating to. And I mean, I guess it makes sense because like for me, like you know, I chose, who my cellies were gonna be because for a reason, dude. Like, we're gonna be in these churches together, dude. I gotta trust you that, if shit starts popping off in this while I'm taking a damn shower, you're gonna come out there and bring your shit and come help me when motherfuckers are stabbing and shit, because that happens, you know what I mean? And so like, you got to build trust with who you're going to delegate, I guess, because like now that I am delegating, it's because I trust these people that will do the fulfillment, like how I want to do it. And so like now I'm able to do that more, but like it's still in the back of my head, like, man, I want to go there and just do it myself. Like, what's taking these guys so long? But they're not taking long, they got life too. And then in the end, the project's done right. And then for me, like, I like that. I do like that I'm able to delegate. Sometimes I just trip out because like, oh shit, now I got this extra time. Like, what should I be doing? And then it's starting to sink in, like, well, do what you love to do. And literally I'm able to just build the machine more on what we're on our projects. And it's just, I don't know, it's a lifestyle, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. And last question, Joe, what is the number one pro tip you would give to somebody that's just looking to get more stuff done in less time?
And just remember, dude, you always have the choice to do that. It's your choice. It's nobody else's. It's just on you. And sometimes, we don't want to take that weight on our shoulders because, we want a fall guy. We want somebody to blame at times. But honestly, it's all on you. And once you really know that, there's nothing going to stop you, because it's just, yes, I can instead of no, I can't.
Yeah. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about what business did you start, and how did that turn into what you're doing now? Because I know you're doing a lot with crypto now, but that's not where you started. So take us through the journey of what you started doing and all the way into what the crypto kingpins, if you will.
Already, yeah. Yeah, dude. It's like what really started was I was in the service industry. I was like, just like kind of bar backing and stuff when I got out. And there's this one place that was pretty cool place, right? Chimmy's in Fort Worth. And this is when Snapchat just like was popping, like about what, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And so like I'm literally sitting in my living room and I'm watching YouTube and how to make a Snapchat filter comes up. I'm like, what? Let me see this. And I seen how easy it was. And I was all like, hey, let me go to Chimmy's and see if I can get their logo and then make a Snapchat filter. So I do it, right? And I I put it on there and like, dude, in one night we had like 20,000 views of our Snapchat filter that it was used. It was like used like 5,000 times and saw 20,000 times. And so I was like, what the heck? So I literally went from there to every bar in that area telling them, hey, $100 a day, I can do your Snapchat filter in this area. So they're like, bet, can you put it in our or at the other club over there where them guys are? Like, yeah, dude, they'll see your stuff all day if they're on Snapchat. So they loved it. And then so now I gotta get a little, a few accounts, and I'm like, oh heck yeah. And then what really popped up was like how to do Facebook ads. And that's where it really went going, because then I see this video because I'm like, oh man, what is Facebook ads? And found out, about leads and funnels and how this worked. And I was like, what? Just literally making commercials? I was like, because that always was a interest to me. I used to sit there and watch people, because I was a bookie inside, right? So like there's like 6 TVs. There's the black TV, the white TV, the Mexican TV, the sports TV, the movie TV. You know what I mean? And I would see these guys, and they were like literally sitting in front of this box all day, 24/7. And I'm looking at the commercials from each one. I'm like, man, I wonder if these guys, if these commercials work. Like, I wonder, like, because I see the Super Bowl was what really got me. I was like, I used to love the commercials for the Super Bowl. I'm like, these are so creative, so funny. It takes people out of here. So I love that. And then when I found out like that's kind of all that was, and that you can actually make money, like people are gonna make money with the leads that you bring them, I was in. Because like I just want to help. I want to help people make money. Like, I don't know what it is. That's what it is for me. So I was like, here it is right here. Here's the perfect opportunity. And I started learning what a funnel was, and I freaking joined phone sites. And literally, when I was like flat broke too, I was talking about I created an account to learn for 14 days how to do funnels, and then got a new email to create another 14-day free trial to build my first funnel to go pitch to a dealership to tell them I know how to do Facebook ads, because that was the missing piece, and literally closed the deal like that, and then started on my journey like doing Facebook ads.
Man,
That dealership, we got 6,000 leads in 5 months.
man, that's amazing. You had to basically do a couple of free trials, broke, so that you could put something together and go and close the deal. And that deal is really the catalyst of what shot you forward, man. That's some action taking, dude.
Dude, for real.
It's like, I ain't got no, if you're out there like, oh man, I don't have any opportunities, I'm broke, like, shut up. Like, here's an ex-con, like basically cheating the system with 14-day free trials to start a business.
Real. It's funny, but it worked. It worked, dude. It's just like, take action, bro. Fuck it. Like, it was literally what, and it'd be funny because it's like, why am I doing this day 3? You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. You got right now. Learn as much as you can right now. Shut the fuck up. Just start learning. Like,
you have 11 days left on the trial.
And then I realized, wait, I can make a new email.
Nice. And so obviously you kept growing from there, and you were successful. You brought in a bunch of leads for this business. You grew it up. Talk to me a little bit about how you got into crypto and what you're doing with that now.
Yeah, dude. So like, dude, like crypto, like when I learned about what it really was, like as far as like with a blockchain and all that stuff, it blew my mind, because I learned like that's their own currency. Like, blockchain and crypto is your own money. And what it made so much sense to me was because when I was incarcerated, there was this time where a guy tried to bring $100 bill to me to buy some stuff, right? And he's like, dude, I got this $100 bill, man. What can I get for it? I'm like, nothing. He's like, what do you mean nothing? I'm like, dude, ain't no $100 bills around here. I'm gonna give you $100 worth of stamps, and you can get whatever the hell you want. And it blew my mind, because like, I don't even want this $100 bill. It doesn't mean nothing to me, but those stamps was where the value was at, because the community accepted that as the currency. And so like when I learned about this on crypto, I was all like, oh snap. I go, all this is, because I figured out like it's a narrative community. Dude, we have the greatest community. Dude, we create our own blockchain with our own currency, and we only accept that. That value drives up. Boom. And that's where it hit. And then as far as like, the NFTs and stuff, like it was a no-brainer, bro. That's the new funnels. That's the new marketing. This is marketing 3.0 now. Now I can actually play a game, earn money and stuff. I can literally sit right here in my living room, pull on some glasses, and then turn them on, and then, oh, damn, there's an avatar right in front of me. What's up, guy? And it's like, shit, that's going to be our own world. And then I'm figuring out like the software that we're using right now, because we created our Doobie coin, you know, because I'm in the cannabis industry, bro. So like, this was the no-brainer for me to sell cannabis without sell cannabis cross borders legit. And it's like sell it through the NFTs. You can buy this OG Kush, you know, a strain, and if you just buy the NFT, and when you're ready to burn it, that's when you can have your actual product. And then in order to do that, you got to be in the legal states, blah, blah, blah. And you can do all this on the smart contract connected to the blockchain. And it's literally just driving our currency up. So literally where our currency is going to be accepted anywhere in the world. Target, that's my goal. I want to go in Target and use the Doobie coin to buy some candles for my restroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the American dream, man. You want to use your own Doobie coin to buy stuff at Target. That's great. Well, it's fascinating that you used when you were in prison, there was this, like, you had your own currency because this is what mattered. Like $100 bill, useless. What am I going to do with that? But I got stamps. I can mail a letter to my family. And that's an analogy I've not yet heard about, you know, another form of currency that's kind of outside of, you know, the centralized fiat dollar bills and that sort of thing. And so
it's literally like 15 stamps equaled $5.
Wow.
So and they're called books. Each 15 stamps was a book. So 30 books was $100. Like we had it all down. Like it's literally like your cash in your pocket. Like I will walk around with $100 worth of stamps thinking I'm a baller.
Nice.
You see how that it's just in our head, bro. This shit's an illusion, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
Like, dude, create our own currency. Fuck it, let's go.
Right. Why not? And so talk to us a little bit about so for those that are listening to this episode and they're interested in learning more about you or about NFTs, where do they go? Where can we send them to engage with you?
Man, cryptokingdom.world. Yeah, just type it in there. That's our website. It has all our pages and stuff for the crypto game. And like, you know, we have a free group to where, you know, if you just want to learn crypto or want to learn what to buy or like, you know, what everybody's doing, we're just pretty much reporting the news per se, you know?
Yeah.
We have a messenger group that's more private for the person that wants to really, you know, on the everyday, because man, we're in there every day. Projects are happening, NFT projects are being made. Like just the people in the group are a bunch of solid people. And how that started was, you know, kind of strategically pick the certain people that already been watching, that they're already on this like for the last 10 years, and like literally built the machine on it and was like commenting, supporting everything, giving back. Hey, bro, I can make you a funnel for what you're trying to do, so you don't got to worry about that, you know, whatever. And then next thing you know, like, hey man, can I add you in this group? You know, if anybody got any questions, I know you're a badass at this, you know, you mind, you know, just sharing. And then boom, that's where it started. And then like literally I'm seeing people like literally genuinely getting help and like making money and getting their own projects. That's where I love it. Like where they're able to do their own projects, because that's what I'm really into. Like let's build our own, you know?
Awesome. So that's cryptokingdom.world, right?
.world, yeah. And then
cryptokingdom.world.
Crypto Kingdom. And you can find me on Facebook, Joe Guerra. It's everywhere, all over social media.
Excellent. Well, Joe Guerra, thanks so much for being on here. Really, really appreciate you coming and sharing your story and kind of getting deep on all the things that you learned in the most unconventional, non-traditional way possible. I really appreciate that.
Heck yeah, man. Appreciate it for having me on there. Hey, if somebody can learn through it, that's all that matters, bro. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, everybody has their own way of learning stuff. So
yeah,
that's just how it rolls. You know what I mean?
Yep, you got it. So, well, hey, we're going to wrap up from here. Thanks so much again to Joe Guerra for joining us. If you're interested in engaging, learning more about crypto and NFTs, you can go to cryptokingdom.world. world. Also, if you're a busy entrepreneur looking to get to the next level, head over to thedozone.com for more productivity tips, tools, and strategies. You can also join our Facebook group of the same name. Until next time, remember, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do with yours?